booktube, Tamara here, and it's time for a book haul. If you follow me on Instagram, which is at penpaperpad, if you'd like to, I had posted a picture of this box on there. I ordered a bunch of books from Better World Books. Usually I find older books on there, but I really like their program because when you buy a book, they donate a book to someone who is in need. And I think that's awesome. So I helped potentially 8 people to read. How fantastic is that? But before I get into the box, we also bought graphic novels because we are the nerdy, and I also got a couple pins, but I could only find the one. So it's the Joker and Harlequin, old school, not from the Suicide Squad. They both look very different from there, and yeah, that looks more like kind of like the Jack Nicholson's Joker, I think. Any case, it's pretty cool, and I found a couple other pins, but I don't know where they are. They should be in the bag. So here are the graphic novels that we bought. Harlequin, Volume 1, Hot in the City. The boyfriend picked this one out. The Cyclone ain't the only roller coaster in Coney Island. Like, she's just so cool. Look at that. So bitchin'. Then I gave in to temptation and I got Rat Queens because this is Volume 1, Sass and Sorcery. Because everybody on BookTube who reads graphic novels has mentioned this and said that they liked it a lot. So let's get into that. We'll give it a go. Then we got Saga 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are up here. After I put the cobwebs up in the lights, my boyfriend asked me, is there anything on there that you want to read? No, I think I took everything off that I was planning on reading. Did you ever finish book 4? No. And he laughed at me because he is a jerk. Alright, so then I got Lady Killer. And this one is by Jolene Jones and Jamie S. Rich. And Josie Schuler is a picture-perfect homemaker, wife, and mother, but she's also a ruthless, efficient killer. She balances cheerful domestic bliss with coldly performed assassinations. But when Josie finds herself in the crosshairs, her American dream life is in the danger zone. This new original black comedy series combines the wholesome imagery of early mid-century domestic bliss with a tightening web of murder, paranoia, and cold-blooded survival. Like, I just love the idea of someone who is just the 1950s housewife thing going on being a assassin. I don't know. I like it. But I haven't read it yet. I have a feeling that I'm going to be reading the graphic novels in November during NaNoWriMo. These are all books that I haven't read before, but I've been interested in reading, and I feel like they have the kind of tone that I'm trying to achieve with my books. I've been reading a lot outside of my genre, and I felt like it was time for me to read things that are more in my genre, which is more a darker kind of fiction. Okay, so this book is Alex Garland, The Beach, and the Kao San Road, Bangkok. First off, for the hordes of ruthless young Westerners traveling in Southeast Asia. On Richard's first night there in a low-budget guest house, a fellow traveler slashes his wrists, bequeathing to Richard a meticulously drawn map to the beach. What Irvine Welsh did for the modern junkie, Alex Garland is about to do for the thousands of young adventurers who every year make their backpacking pilgrimage to the Far East. So cool. So yeah, and I started to watch the movie of the same name, but I couldn't really get into it. So I'm hoping that I like the book way more, which generally speaking, I do. So then we have Knock 'Em Stiff by Donald Ray Pollock. And this is a collection of linked short stories spanning a period from the mid-60s to the late 90s. The linked stories that compose Knock 'Em Stiff feature a cast of recurring characters who are woebegone, baffled, and depraved, but irresistibly, undeniably real. Rendered in the American vernacular, with vivid imagery and a wiry, dark sense of humor, these thwarted and sometimes violent lives jump off the page at the reader with an inexorable force. I just thought it sounded really good. And Clown Girl by Monica Drake. And Chuck Palahniuk wrote the introduction for this book, and he listed it on his website as a book that he really liked. So I thought, if Chuck Palahniuk likes it and I like his books, I will probably like this as well. In this darkly comic novel, Clown Girl lives in Baloney Town, a neighborhood so run down and penniless that drugs, balloon animals, and even rubber chickens contribute to the local currency. Against a backdrop of petty crime, Clown Girl struggles to find her place in the world of high art. She has dreams of greatness and calls on the masters, Charlie Chaplin, Kafka, and Da Vinci for inspiration. But all is not art in her life. In an effort to support herself and her underemployed performance artist boyfriend, she is drawn to the world of paying jobs and finds herself unwillingly turned into a corporate clown, trapped in a cycle of meaningless, high-paying gigs which veer dangerously close, and then closer to prostitution. So, yeah. Clown Girl. The classic Irvine Welsh's Trainspotting. I loved this movie. And I can't believe that I hadn't read the book yet. When I think about the books that I've read in the past, this should have been right there with them, but I'm gonna fix that. Trainspotting is the hilarious, appalling, riveting, best-selling, and altogether masterful first novel that launched the spectacular career of Irvine Welsh. It is an authentic, unrelenting, and strangely exhilarating group portrait of blasted lives in Edinburgh, as unforgettable a clutch of junkies, rude boys, and nutters as readers will ever encounter. The movie was so striking that I imagine this book is going to keep me in its clutches until I finish it. Geek Love by Catherine Dunn. It is the story of a carnival family, the Benweskis, who saved their traveling carnival Fabulon from bankruptcy by giving birth to fabulous freaks. The children born to Lil Beniski after she ingests drugs, insecticides, arsenic, radioisotopes, anything to make her babies more special. The result is a world readers have never entered before, a place of horror and humor where vengeance and love are realized in unimaginable ways, and where some unforgettable Ripley's Believe It or Not characters are both exotically unique and hauntingly, chillingly just like us. Arturo, the Aqua Boy, it says right here. Then the last book for this book haul is Lost Souls by Poppy Z. Bright. This I found on a Goodreads list that someone had asked, what are some authors and some books who are like Chuck Palahniuk, and this was one of the books that was mentioned. And if I'm not mistaken, this had more of a fantasy bent to it. At a club in Missing Mile, North Carolina, the children of the night gather, dressed in black, looking for acceptance. Among them are ghosts who sees what others do not, Anne looking for love, and Jason, whose real name is nothing, newly awakened to an ancient, deathless truth about his father and himself. Others are coming to the Missing Mile tonight. 3 beautiful hip vagabonds, Molokai, Twig, and the seductive Zila, whose eyes are as green as limes, are on their own lost journey, slaking their ancient thirst for blood, looking for supple young flesh. Vampires, they ache, they love, They thirst for the forbidden. They are your friends and your lovers and your worst fears. So, yeah, and that's the end page inside. And that's it, which is plenty. Let me know in the comments below, have you read any of these books? If you did, did you enjoy it? I know that definitely I'll be putting out another video on Saturday to do another project hashtag RateTube wrap up video for this week, and so you know, keep your eyes out for that. And my name is Tamara, and this is where I like to hang out each and every week. So if you like videos about writing and books and authors and this, that, and the other, please subscribe if you haven't already. Click like, share. I will see you in the next one. Bye.